Welcome to my podcast. I've been wanting to start a podcast for so long. Growing up, I've seen so many creators that I look up to start their own podcasts, and it's all so inspiring. And I've always wanted one of my own. I've been telling myself that I'll start a podcast next month or next week, or I'll wait till I graduate. But why wait? Why wait? Right? I don't know how consistent I'm going to be because I already struggle with posting on Instagram a lot. A senior in college, but I just wanted a podcast because I am an overthinking bitch. I think so much. Sometimes I don't know what I'm thinking. Today we are diving into something that I think almost everyone struggles with, but we barely talk about it, which is the fear of being disliked. A few days ago, I came across this reel where they were talking about how they're scared of putting anything online, especially their opinions or hot takes, because they're terrified of getting cancelled online. And I swear I felt that in my bones. I cannot tell you how many times I have sat down to brainstorm a few ideas for content that I put out on Instagram, and I've literally scratched out half of the ideas. There have been times where I have sat there, scripted it, I have filmed it, I'm halfway through the editing process, and I just decide not to post it anymore because I was scared that people might take it a certain way. One of those videos was about performative male and talking about the entire nuance and giving my opinion on it. And I wasn't deleting these ideas because they were like controversial opinions or like harmful or irresponsible. Of course, I was deleting them because someone out there, some faceless account in the void, might not like them and might misunderstand me and not get what I'm trying to convey through the video and might dislike me. And it really made me sit with this uncomfortable realization that I am not scared of being cancelled, but I'm scared of being disliked, which when you say it out loud sounds ridiculous, like grow up. It's not that deep. But for some reason, when it's you, when it's your face attached to the opinion or the take, when it's your voice behind the thought, it does feel like you're being attacked. If you think this fear is about cancel culture, I think you might be wrong, because I think we're in this constant pressure to be universally likable. We've been conditioned to believe that being disliked is not cool and it is dangerous. If one person on the internet thinks that we are weird or cringe or annoying, I bet your whole identity falls apart, because it does for me for the time being. When I decide not to post a certain video online when I've already filmed it, at that point I have to ask myself, am I trying to create something or am I trying to avoid being misunderstood? Because those are two different jobs and only one of them produces anything real. The sooner you get this in your head, the better. You will be misunderstood, you will be disliked, you are going to say something that rubs someone the wrong way, and people are going to find you not cool and annoying and cringe. And the problem is not that people might dislike you, the problem is that you think that their dislike has a power to define you. I obviously can't talk about this without touching on people pleasing, because this fear of being perceived, being misunderstood, is very much rooted in it. Growing up, especially in India, we're always taught to present ourselves a certain way that's not problematic or doesn't cause a debate. We are kind of prohibited from thinking critically, and we're encouraged if we are the quiet good kid who doesn't question anything and always respects elders no matter how they treat us or what their opinions are. And we take all these learned people pleasing habits into our adulthood, which then becomes an issue with struggling to set boundaries. We struggle to set boundaries in friendships, in relationships, even in work environments, and then we constantly calculate how to be liked, how to be acceptable, how to be palatable, how to avoid friction, often at the cost of our own comfort. And the irony is that no matter how much you do it, there will always be someone who disagrees with you, someone who misunderstands you, someone who doesn't vibe with your personality, someone who doesn't find you cool enough. So all that careful people pleasing that you've done since the age of, I don't know, 4, it's all gonna go out the drain. It is not going to guarantee you safety or approval of anyone. It is only going to make you live a timid life where you're tiptoeing around everyone else, listening to everyone, being a yes man, and frankly being less alive, which is just so depressing. The way we micromanage our personalities to stay palatable is a very exhausting. That is exactly why learning to be okay with not being universally liked is so important, because it's the only way to unlearn these habits. It's almost absurd if you think about this, because you're alive for what, 70, 90 years, and if you spend almost all of that time trying to avoid being disliked by strangers who will literally disappear from your life in a week, if not a week, in a few months, or at most 5 years, in the grand scheme of things, the fear of being disliked is literally meaningless. You're just just wasting your time. It is quite literally impossible to be liked by every single person you've met in your life. And why would you even want to? Other thing I've also recently realized is that you don't actually need to attract everyone. You don't really need approval from people who fundamentally don't align with you, whose values, way of thinking just doesn't match yours. You wouldn't get advice from someone you don't trust, right? The same way, why would you care about their opinion on your opinions, on your thoughts, your choices, your life? If their values don't match yours, their dislike or misunderstanding is not a reflection of you. It's just a reflection of that mismatch. Being okay with not being universally liked is also a form of self-respect. It means that you're trusting your own values even when they clash with someone else's, and it means you're over and over choosing yourself, choosing authenticity over everyone else's approval and over the constant pressure to be liked. And it just means that your self-worth is not held hostage by strangers' interpretations, which is so cool. Like, do not let other people's opinions cage you. Why would you let other people's opinions cage you, diva? That's just funny to me. And the gag is, when you stop performing for strangers, you actually accidentally become a magnet for the people who actually get you, with whom you share your values and morals, the ones who understand your tone, your humor, your frequency, and your delusional optimism. Hence, being okay with not being universally liked will actually save you. Alright, see ya later, divas.